Yes, welcome back. You're still watching Power Breakfast right here on Citizen TV, and we continue with our news review this morning with my panelists. And now we want to discuss what happened yesterday with Martha Karua, the NARC leader, declaring her support for President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now Karua becomes the second former presidential candidate to endorse Kenyatta after Peter Kenneth. Let's watch this.
I'm okay with that.
Arguably one of the major political 360 turns, Martha Karua now says she will be supporting President Kenyatta's re-election bid next year. The metamorphosis of the NARC Kenya leader, who has been a fierce critic of the Jubilee administration and who until recently was a familiar face at opposition gatherings, now completed with the denial of an alliance with CORD.
I'm not a member of any alliance. Even when we worked as opposition, we always emphasized that NARC Kenya was a friend of the opposition. We never joined any coalition. Until today,
Karua has scarcely hidden her disdain for President Kenyatta, with whom she has had a frosty relationship, believed to have been triggered by retired President Kibaki's decision to appoint Kenyatta Deputy Prime Minister in the Grand Coalition government, a post Karua apparently believed she deserved due to her hawkish defense of the Kibaki regime.
When you were announcing for the first part of this press briefing, where ODM had won, we did not hear anybody complaining.
Karua ran for the presidency in 2013 and came a distant number 6 with just over 40,000 votes. But having set her eyes on the Kirinyaga governor seat, Karua has ostensibly realized all politics is local and that she will have to back Kenyatta for a realistic chance at her own ambitions.
My people know where they want to cast their vote, and I'm telling them yes, it is okay to vote me governor in NARC Kenya and to support the president in Jubilee.
Karua's main rival being former Devolution Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru, whose raging feud with the Deputy President Ruto over graft allegations at the National Youth Service could work to Karua's advantage.
Kwa kila serikali, sababu kunawezekana kuwe na wahalifu, tunataka wasakwe wote wapelekwe mahakamani wakajitete.
Begging the question, is Karua strategically positioning herself to eclipse Waiguru in the Kirinyaga governor race?
Yes, all politics is local. You do agree, Bwana?
Yes, politics are very local in Kenya. You can see what has happened with the Honorable Martha Karua. I want to say that because she was a presidential candidate, when she lost, she was automatically in the opposition. And that's why she was with us, or she hung around us, or we were with her because we were in opposition. And for that, I think it's good she goes for the governor's seat in Kirinyaga. I believe she will do a very good job as a governor. And of course, she cannot run for governor while she's opposed to the local politics. Of course, she has an advantage. She has her own political party, so she will not be going for nominations with in Jubilee. But again, also the push of of a political party, Jubilee and its wave could as well also sweep her. But it will depend the candidate Jubilee will present.
Now, Senator Elachi, of course, now we are seeing a lot of women who are previously very highly ranked in the political parties retreating to run for governorship instead of presidency. We're seeing it with Martha Karua now. We're seeing it with Charity Ngilu. And does it have anything to do with Hillary Clinton's loss?
No. I think, first of all, they came out earlier before Hillary lost, so it has nothing to do with Hillary Clinton's lose. But I think also they've realized that the new constitution created 47 counties. The new constitution has given more powers now to the counties. I think they come in the right time, because I know the first governors have not done justice to what we gave them. They will find counties that will be having big challenges, and I believe if women take over, they'll be able to recreate again and give in a better foundation. When I look at Martha, first I want to thank her, and I want to say she's not just coming because of Uhuru. Martha was there in 2007. The politics we are playing now are very dangerous politics. The politics that our brothers are playing in the opposition are politics that, if we are not careful, can drive us back to what we saw in 2007. Because when you're desperate, you do anything, you divide, you use your card, a very dangerous card, going to each county, looking at what is so vulnerable in them and using it to wipe them. That this is what not the government has done. This is what they have done, taken your land. You're still speaking about taking land, even when we have gone to counties. And therefore, Martha has realized as a woman, men with their politics, if we are not careful, we will burn our country. And I want to thank her. Because she's not just going to play the politics of Kirinyaga. Martha is going to come and remind us what happened in 2007. She will go in those hotspots and tell them, look, this is how we drove the agenda that time. I was the Minister of Justice. This is where we are.
But now,
and that's what I like about it.
Because we're not seeing now any woman among the big boys of politics. Now in court, we're not seeing anyone among that alliance that they're talking about. And even within Jubilee, we can't single out any woman who can say, okay, fine, now that's the top lady there.
First of all, I want to say that Martha Karua has never really come out as a woman candidate. She's been a leader, and I think that is something we need to get right first, that you can actually be both. You can be a woman and be a leader, and you can be a leader first. And I think that Martha has demonstrated, other than sharing both names with her, I really respect her in terms of her principles, in terms of where she has come from. But really it's not about the women agenda, because we have seen even Anyang' Nyong'o, even the Orengos, when they tried to go against the establishment of Raila in their own backyard, they had to retreat at some point. It has nothing to do with women. We have seen other than any we have seen even the president, as the leader opposition, take an about turn and support a sitting president. So these things have nothing to do with women, first of all. It's our decisions. It is one of the 48 laws of power is that think globally but act local, because that is how it is. And I think in addition to her right of expression and association, she has all the rights to support whomever she pleases. But I think you also look at the Clinton laws as you bring it. If that democracy is over 240 years and the ceilings are still not broken, I think Martha, Ngilu, the women who have tried to break the ceilings in this country must be congratulated that at some point they got there. And I think we are just 50 years old, so we still have a long way to go and to grow as a country to even accept that women have been a part of the system, but we will make strides as they come. And I think if the governors, the first governors took their role seriously, like the governor of Nairobi, if someone took that role seriously, that was a president in the making. Yeah, because they are also supposed to prepare. To prepare for leadership at the national level. And I think if I were the governor of Nairobi, I would make sure I'm the next automatic presidential candidate. I think we have not seen that, and I'm hoping that this can also be a good incubator to women running for the presidency position.
Bwana Sop, of course, for a former presidential candidate to go down and run for governor, does it build her profile or weaken it?
I think it's very clear that our politicians are not they are not in it, for example, for an academic exercise. They want real power. And when you look at your chances, Martha Karua looked at it and said, Peter Kenneth already has led the way. And it tells you, moving into 2017, you do not see the match. You remember the last time we talked about the issue, is there any ideology in our politics? So one, is there are no permanent friends or enemies in politics. It is about taking your realistic chances. In fact, I am actually looking at what Alfred Mutua in Machakos will do, because if this is the direction we are going, that, for example, a place like Central, if you oppose the president, then you're on the way to becoming to political Siberia. So the reality is, you are seeing that that is the formation going to 2017. The same even to court areas. So looking at also the impact of, I agree with Martha that truly we need to look at women first as leaders, because they are leaders in their own right. It's just that they are of a different gender. But of course our socialization, leadership has been made to look masculine. Even parliament, I'm sure before the reformation that was seen, parliament was a male house. Women used not to be allowed even to carry their bags. So I think that is the journey. The loss by Hillary Clinton has actually become even more difficult, therefore, for women who are aspiring. I'm very sure if Hillary Clinton won the presidency, we would have had more women attempting to even run for governor, because she would have it would have been an inspiration.
Sure.
But today, Hillary Clinton started a journey, actually looking at her history right from the 60s, the times of Nixon, all the way to over 30 years of the same engagement. And you can see her background. She was experienced, she was knowledgeable, and she had demonstrated results in the past. So if somebody of such caliber would not make it in such platform, Wangari,
it is, you know, it is actually a double-edged, because even if she won, let's even assume she won. In fact, you'll hear now, we are Africa, and Africa is our business. We don't want what America is doing, we want our own thing. So they will still turn it around, let me tell you.
But at the same time, it has affected, because I think many people, even the whole global world, whether it's Kenya or which country, they focus because America is a very, very powerful country, and it has demonstrated to be the most powerful in the world.
But
at the same time, when I look at Hillary, I want to salute her, because she never gave up. For those 30 years, she never gave up. The only thing she has proven to the world, that indeed society is patriarchal, and therefore, even as women who are leading in Germany, it is how now, and in the Scandinavian countries, it is how you bring it out. But in powerful countries, it will always be.
But you do agree, because we've discussed this issue here on this panel, that even within Jubilee, the position of women, you can't really tell where they are.
No. And Manzo should not even talk about women in Jubilee, because then they have no women and they have no regard of women, and they don't think about when they move. But for us in Jubilee, if today we are able to be given the support we are being given, trust me, it is Jubilee who will bring more than 20.
Let me tell you, just before you leave that point, because you know Manzo has said something that Jubilee are not. Out of the 16 women who are elected in constituency 11, 14 are from Jubilee. In fact, it's only Millie Odhiambo from COD. These other rep from
Kisumu?
No, from
Makueni.
Regina Dambuki has actually close to Jubilee. I will tell you, now we have 15. It's only Millie Odhiambo on the other side. So you cannot now lecture us in terms of women and their position. It won't happen.
And don't talk about your candidate, because for the first time,
but moving forward,
that first time,
allow me to say something. Yes.
At least
in gender parity and representation, US can only learn from Kenya, and I'll tell you, they can only learn from Uganda, they can only learn from Rwanda. They are very far in terms of percentage. Even in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, they can only learn from.
I wanted to raise something just because briefly, we are having this conversation. When they were choosing the UN Secretary General, you remember one of the 8 candidates was a woman, first qualified in a capacity to deliver, having had a UN agency. If she actually was confirmed, and then we had Hillary Clinton together with Theresa May in the UK and Angela Merkel in Germany, I am very sure, it would have an impact on the ground, because we will look at what Merkel has done to the German economy. You can see very clearly she has shepherded the EU during crisis, and she has demonstrated and inspired our whole continent. So at times, Barack Obama, when he won in the US, one of the things that happened is that it spoke to minorities, actually, that we have a place here. So for me, let's not underestimate the impact, for example, that the Hillary candidature win would have had on the issue of women leadership.
And in terms of CORD, now that the opposition coalition and the plans you had of forming an alliance and including people who are not who have not been there previously, and of course Martha Karua must have featured somewhere. Probably she's someone you had planned for, probably as a senior member of the opposition, what you're calling NASA. What does that do to your plans?
Yes, no, it doesn't do much, because first of all, if CORD had won, when CORD wins 2017 election, then then Mother Karua would have been automatically the speaker. Mother Karua, no, when? Then Mother Karua would have automatically been the speaker. It is not lost.
Yes.
When CORD wins and Mother Karua does not make it in Kirinyaga, she'll still be the speaker.
Even if she has supported Uhuru Kenyatta's bid.
She's still part of us.
Yes.
Well, one of the things I like about Martha, she's not going to lose that seat. She's not going to lose. She will